la 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 la. Lala. These people literally had one job. That's all they had was one job and they failed. And what better way to witness these terrible, terrible fails than with our friends Bang Energy. We always got to get that sneaky ASMR. Oh, I just spilt it everywhere. See, I feel like ones like these frustrate me the most because you're so close to getting it so right. But clearly you just want to see the world burn. Like, come on. This just gives me anxiety looking at it. I don't even want to stare at it too long because, oh Jesus, you're so close to being so beautiful and yet so far at the same time. Why did you do this? Do you want to see the world burn? What is wrong with you? Who raised you? So the package reads cinnamon buttons, bursting with spicy cinnamon flavor. I'm like, damn, that sounds tasty. And yet, when I look a little closer, when I put on my glasses, when I get my magnifying glass out, I see that inside the packaging is not cinnamon buttons. Inside the packaging is double bubble gum. Yeah, you heard correctly. There ain't no cinnamon buttons up in this packaging. They motherfucking bubble gum. This is disgusting, despicable, terrible. This employee who printed, the main word here is printed, a restroom sign with Braille. I just want to like grab whoever did this and go, what is wrong with you? Come on. Like, what? Like, I don't have many brain cells. I'm an idiot. I'll be the first to admit it, but come on. Obviously, for those who don't know, when you are blind, Braille is a way to communicate and, you know, you're able to read things, whatever. You need Braille to be like little bumps, whereas when you print things, even though, you know, 3D printing is becoming a thing, you know, when you print things, it's a 2D image, which means you can't see, the bumps aren't there, okay? The bumps are not there. So for a blind person, they're not gonna be able to read the fact that this is a restroom. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you seeing the issue here? Like, come on, dude, come on. Like, I know that this person got it wrong. I understand. I get that they've done it wrong. But a big ass bag filled with popcorn, I'm not complaining. I am most definitely not complaining. It's meant to be ice. I'm assuming that's McDonald's ice. It's meant to be a big bag of Macca's ice. And instead we've gotten some buttery popcorn. Listen, glass half full, guys. We got popcorn. At least it's not a bag full of shit. We got popcorn. Nice and tasty popcorn. When you get your large Coke at Macca's and you realize they've filled it up with popcorn and not ice, then I'd probably be a little bit upset. But hey, it's popcorn. It's tasty. It's food. Does popcorn taste better than ice? Some would say yes. I would say yes. No offense, ice. Popcorn just tasty. So this bookmaker might need to go back to school. It's like, hey, me too, bitch. I gotta go back to school as well. What you talking about? 5 bananas, 5. Now hold on, I'll just do the math real quick to see if this is a legitimate number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Bruh.
You're kidding me. You're absolutely kidding me. There are 6 bananas, and yet it says 5 bananas. This is just... wow. All I could say is, wow. When I see stuff like this, I'm always wondering how many copies were made before they realized the mistake that they've made. Maybe this was a test. Maybe they're trying to see if people notice, to see how educated, how smart they are. The more you know. Look at how far I read into things. This is what reaction content has done to me. I just read way too far into things. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a little bit to realize the mistake here, which shows how, smart I am. My 2 brain cells were like, what? There's nothing wrong with this image. This bottle designer who isn't really into comic books. Yeah, that's me right there. That's legit me. I'm like, yeah, Spider-Man looks like Spider-Man. What you talk about? But then when I looked closely, when I just took a minute to realize there must be something wrong here because, you know, we're on a BuzzFeed article. There's gotta be. You know, they put a Batman symbol for Spider-Man. Maybe they were just trying to do like a crossover. Did you ever think of that? Hey, I love how I'm defending the person because I know that I would be that person who did that. Like, come on. This sign maker who almost got it right. So here we've got cherry. You know, you got the red little cherries, you got the red background, you got cherry. Then you got lime. Now you're probably thinking, aren't limes green, Tenor? Yes, they are indeed. That's why this person is stuffed up, because they put a lemon. You wanted limes? You got lemons. You gotta make lemonade. You gotta make limonade. Wait, what? Huh?
When life gives you lemons.
Hey, but in the spirit of them getting cherry right, we're gonna have a sip of my cherry. Bang Energy. I'm sorry, I just have a dance party every time I do it because it's just so damn tasty and it just gives me energy to kick. Yeah. This restaurant worker who was on autopilot. Hey, I understand. Everyone, you know, drifts off. They daydream. I feel ya. I'm one of the worst at it. So what they've done here is obviously P means pepper, S means salt. but you'll never guess what they did. I mean, it's pretty easy to guess, but you'll never guess what they did. They put the salt in the pepper shaker and they put the pepper in the salt shaker. I know. So simple, yet such a miserable fail. I also would be so guilty of doing this because, listen, I daydream. My 2 brain cells, they struggling. This bathroom builder who just wanted to switch things up, apparently. On the left, we have a toilet, the one that you sit on when you gotta go poo-poos. The one on the right is a urinal. But usually, men will use a urinal in public. I don't really agree with it. I'm not a dude. I can't understand why people do it. I don't know why it's a thing. That's each to their own. But the urinal is the one with the door. And the toilet is just in the middle of the bathroom. Anyone can walk in. Anyone can see it. It's like, I think, we got to do a little bit of a switch around on where the doors are actually meant to be. But hey, if you want to sit on the toilet and do a poo-poo with other people watching, each to their own. Some people just literally don't give a shit about shitting in public. Whereas me, I'm like, excuse me, I'm gonna turn the music on, the water on. I hope nobody hear me. Nobody. Girls don't poop. What? This is the kind of stuff that people go to hell for, The label, it reads spoons. But guess what's in the container? Forks! There is forks in the container. Listen, I don't like to get emotional in these videos, but I'm getting emotional. This is quite depressing. What kind of evil human being did this kind of monstrosity? I don't even think that's the correct way to explain it, but I'm using descriptive words, okay? I personally find the weirdest stuff funny. So this sign reads, "Who on earth?" They serious when they say "who on earth" accepted this as a return. This item is from the summer of 2000. That was almost 17 years ago. Our return policy is 45 days. If you're not sure, just ask. So somebody legit at Gap accepted a return of a piece of clothing that was over 17 years old. Oh, I feel bad for whatever preteen person was just working their first ever job and was like, oh, I'll take this return, and then they find out that it's legit almost 20 years old. That is so, I feel the stress of that poor 15-year-old that's just, trying to make some money on the side to pay for the movies on the weekend with the boys. This packager who just wants to mess with your head. Why you gotta do me like that? Why does it have to be like that? It's even an Australian almond milk. I can't even defend my country right now. Somebody here in this country did this to the world. It ain't right. I'll admit it. It definitely ain't right. Come on. This is where it's meant to open and this is where you put the... Why? Just why? That's all I can say. Let's just put it down to the person who was doing this just was having a bad day and I gotta try and defend them. They're from my country. I'm sorry guys, Australia's not always like this. They won't always do this kind of stuff to you. I'm a good person. Come and visit Australia. I just sounded like I'm doing a tourist ad for Australia. We're great here. This country's sick. It's awesome. I think this is the literal definition of people who had one job and failed. It's like, hey, can you just go fill up the soap dispenser so people can wash their hands? You gotta be hygienic and healthy. And they straight up put a bar of soap in the soap dispenser. It's like, yeah, that should do the job, right? It's like, bruh. That's all I can say in this moment is, bruh. One more time for the people in the back. See, I don't know who's at fault here. Is the architect at fault? Is the person who put in the chairs at fault? Is the person who sold the ticket at fault? Who was the person who had one job and failed? I don't know. There's so many people in this process. This poor man's though, he seems like he's handling it like a champ. He's just like, yes, I have been royally f***ed over with this one, but I'm a smile and enjoy it anyways. What do you do when there's a huge pole right in front of you? Do you go like this? What do you do? Do you change seats? I don't know. There could be some grumpy people who would not be okay with this, but this guy, he seems like he's chilling. He seems like he's handling it like a champion. So there's a big red box and it reads hydrant. So I'm assuming this is something that you're gonna need if there's an emergency. And then somebody with the right intentions. Obviously there needs to be a handrail. You don't want the elderly falling down. They need to grab onto something to make sure that they're safe and happy and healthy. But in the case of an emergency, how are we gonna get to that hydrant if the motherfucking handrail's there? Answer me that. I have so many questions and so many worries. Okay? I have so many worries. Did somebody just leave their straight up shovel in the ground when they were cementing it? This employee who totally didn't forget any equipment. It's like, she'll be right, mate. That seems like it would cause some serious accidents. Just a random shovel in the ground. You're driving along. You're thinking it's all smooth sailing. The road is fine. Next minute, you're going over a speed bump. It's a shovel. Who forgot it? Come on. How did you forget a shovel? I feel like that's, as a worker, that's what you need, right? A shovel? How'd you forget it? I have no education in the area and I'm like, how'd you forget your shovel? It's like, tenor. You're talking about something that you have no idea about. Maybe people forget their shovels all the time. Maybe that's a new thing that I'm unaware of. When your boss tells you to fix the sidewalk and you just slap some masking tape on it. Hey, masking tape, duct tape. If it broke, duct tape can probably fix it. When in doubt, duct tape. When in doubt, duct tape. When in doubt, duct tape. Well, it's safe to say we saw a lot of people today that had one job and they failed. They most definitely failed. Another huge thanks to the channel sponsor, Bang. I'm gonna go record another video now because, listen, I'm energized and I can, all right?